What's going on, everybody? Here is my the week of March 13th of AEW Dynamite. And as you know, we're in England, so we get Rampage the week prior. Okay? So here we go. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. This channel is good for if you don't have time to watch wrestling and you just want to catch up on what happened, you can just watch it here and I can tell you basically what's happened on it. So it started off with a trio match. There's a lot of these trio matches happening. I believe this is like a way to get there's because AEW does have a bit of a roster, so it's a way to get everybody on the show by creating trios and tag teams and quadruple matches. So that's what we had. So we started off with Adam Cole and Red Dragon versus Team Jungle and Hangman Page. Awesome match. Obviously, all of them can go. There's an awesome point where high spot where all three of the Jungle members and Hangman Page did a moonsault onto the floor, which was absolutely madness. Then we had a double Doomsday device as well, done by Team Jungle and Hangman Page. Crazy. But in the end, Adam Cole got the pin after we lowered the boom. So Adam Cole gets the win there. Then we had a backstage interview segment with Keith Lee, Ricky Starks, going back and forth and basically saying to Keith Lee, don't turn up on Rampage or we're going to beat you down. So then the next match was Bryan Danielson and Jon Moxley versus the Best Friends. Great match there as well. Obviously, all the guys can go, especially Moxley and Danielson. Mox gets the win with a bulldog choke, and after the win, Yuta comes back into the ring because Yuta was part of the match as well, the tag team, and he gets slapped by William Regal in a sort of way, it's an honourable type of thing. There might be a defection there. Yuta seems like he might join Bryan Danielson and Moxley and be a tougher wrestler and more violent. That's what they're trying to promote. Then the claim is there with Starks and Hobbs talking about they want to take over Thursdays and Rampages, etc., etc. And then the Swerve interrupts and says, "Hey, I'm here, and I'll see you on Rampage." Then we had Chris Jericho and Co, the Jericho Appreciation Squad. They're out there basically saying, everyone's saying why you should respect Chris Jericho. And you should respect Chris Jericho. You should. He's a multi-time world champion in AEW and in WWE. He's beaten who's who, main event at WrestleMania. He's done it all. He's an icon within wrestling. So yeah, you should appreciate him. But what he's basically saying is, everyone was saying how Chris helped him and how there's links to Chris in the stable, how they're all sort of linked. And he basically says they're now sports entertainers. So obviously that's what WWE do. AEW do wrestling, but he's trying to say he's now bringing in sports entertainment. So that'll be quite interesting to see what happens there. Then we had a TNT title match with Wardlow versus Scorpio Sky. Great match. Obviously both guys can go. But then there was interference in the match. Sean Spears came down with a chair, and while he did that, MJF came ringside, interfered with Wardlow, and costing the match basically. And Scorpio Sky wins. Then we had Private Party versus the Hardy Boys, which was obviously a great match. Hardy Boys are obviously legendary tag team match. Private Party are coming up as well. I would like to see Private Party get a bit more respect because they're sort of like the guys who lose all the time. So I would like to see them to get some respect at some point and try and get the tag team titles at some point anyway. But anyway, it was a great match. Within the match, Andrade came down, and Andrade and Private Party were about to beat down the Hardy Boys, but then Darby and Sting come down and even at the odd. So there's probably going to be like a 10-man tag team or something sooner or later to get people on the show. And in the main event, we had Britt Baker versus Thunder Rosa in a cage match for the AEW Women's Championship. Obviously, I didn't get to do a review of Revolution because I wasn't able to access it. Long story. It's a long story. But I believe in that match Britt Baker had at Revolution, she's eat by... I'm not sure if there's interference or not. I believe there was. But in this cage match, it was in the main event. It was actually a brilliant match. Britt Baker can go. She's an awesome wrestler. Thunder Rosa, awesome wrestler. They had everything there. They had blood in there. They had tacks. They had chairs. Britt Baker stacked up all the chairs, and then she got hammered, and she fell back off the turnbuckle onto the chairs. So it was a good match. But in the end, Thunder Rosa wins, and she is the new AEW Women's Champion. And Dustin Rhodes came out to congratulate her. So that was awesome. Congratulations to Thunder Rosa. I'd like to see what she does with the championship. Then we go on to Rampage. This is last week's Rampage. Started off with Darby Allin versus Mike Quinn. Good match. Darby, there was a 360 from the outside that Quinn hit as well, which was crazy. But Darby won by armbar. Good match. Scorpio Sky says he's going to beat Wardlow. That was on the show I just reviewed. So like I said, it's the other way around. But yeah. Then we had a vignette from the House of Black, basically saying they're coming for everybody, watch your back. They might also bring out, it's another trio, so obviously it's another trio, Buddy, Brody and Malachi Black. I think they might as well bring out a trio tag team, trio title belts. I think that's probably the next, I think that's what they probably should do, because there's a lot of trios and factions within AEW. To the next match was Jamie Hayter versus Mercedes. Was a good match. But Britt Baker interfered in the match on Mercedes, and Jamie Hayter got the win. Then we had Keith Lee versus QT. Obviously, Keith Lee is a monster right now. He's wrecking everybody at Wrecking Ball. He beat down QT. QT was going to win that. Then he got attacked by everybody in the back after that. And then Hobbs and Starks came down to beat down Keith Lee also. Then in the main event, we had the debut of Swerve Strickland. He was going against Tony Nese, I believe his name was. Good match from Swerve Strickland. Good match. Obviously, he's known from NXT. Solid match, solid moves, and good debut from Sean Strickland. Sorry, not Sean Strickland. That's a UFC fighter. Swerve Strickland. Swerve won the match, and it was a really good debut. So it's good to see where he's going to go from here. Let's see what he does next. Potentially put him into the TNT Championship and work his way up. So awesome. So awesome week of AEW. Make sure you go and check it out. It was definitely worth watching. Like, subscribe, and leave a comment. And you can follow me on Instagram below. Take care of yourselves.